Okay, so as is most things I do, I'm in a hurry because there's a need. And so to satisfy that need, I just hurry and get it done. So I didn't film any of my barn building, but I just wanted to introduce you to this barn and just let you know how I accomplished this. So it's a post and beam construction, and I ended up building this shed part of the barn first, and that's why it has metal on it already, because we needed a spot to keep our feed. And then this last summer, I ended up building the middle section onto the shed part of it, and then eventually, and hopefully I film this for you guys, but eventually I'll build another shed section on that side. And so I just want to take you inside and give you a little bit of a tour and just show you how I built this thing. So pardon the mess, like I said, I needed it. So it's full of all my junk. But I knew that when I built this thing, I didn't want to do a full-blown, foundation and footing. So here in Idaho, we have to deal with frost. And so what I have here is just a simple pier, concrete pier with a concrete footing underneath that. And I'll post a picture here to show you what that looks like. But then just a simple post base there, nothing special, something I got from Home Depot. And so you can see all of these posts in here. These posts are 12 feet apart in each direction. So that space between those two posts is 12 feet. And then the space between those two posts is 12 feet. And then all of these posts, between all these posts are the 2x4 girts. And then for the roof, I just did 2x6 purlins. And then in this part, in the shed part, I wasn't too worried about, putting plywood on the roof or the walls. I just put metal on it. You can see these shear braces here, these cross braces. They give me my shear strength for the barn. I've got them all around. And then on this front door, I have a barn door opening. You can see up here in the roof, I've just got the LUS Simpson hangers to hanger the 2x6s off of there. Pretty simple. And I wanted to keep this structure as simple as possible because I wanted it to be cheap. But then over there, you can see that I dropped those 2x6 supports a little bit lower so that out here, I could then do an overhang. So that those 2x6s support the overhang. You'll also notice that over here on the side, this side, I used 4x4 posts because I knew that it was only supporting this shed roof. But then here, when I installed these 4x6 posts, because they're carrying a little bit more weight, when I initially did the shed, you can see I ran them up past the roof. Because for the future roof install of the barn roof, the main center section. And so those went up wild for a second, probably maybe hung out that way for about 2 years. But then I eventually installed this center section. So it made it really easy when I was ready for the center section, because then I just had to do, these posts here. And so I did the center section a little bit longer than this shed. But so you can see I've added these posts, and then I did do some piers here for the sides of the door, just so that I could have a little bit more shear strength on the front of the barn. But so I've got these, same situation. I've got these posts here, on a simple post base. Nothing serious. That's about I think that's an 8-inch sono tube with on a small 12 by 12 by 10-inch footing. I also think I ought to let you guys know that eventually there will be a slab in this barn. So I'll pour a concrete slab. This is just, the other reason I built this like this was so I didn't have to have a slab yet, because I'm just biting this off in chunks as I can afford it. So that's just another good way of doing it. And then out here, I'll actually do a thickened edge on the slab to turn down and go below grade on this existing grade here. And then I'll have an approach that goes into the garage, or sorry, through this garage door into the barn. So, but that's all future video for you guys. And then come up here, and I've got these post caps. I forget what they're called, but they're just simple post caps to go on top of these posts to grab the trusses. And these trusses, I actually framed by hand. I just sistered a 2-ply truss that I framed myself, and I overlapped the joints on each of the plies for stability and strength. So you can see that there. And then I just spaced the purlins every 16 inches on center. And sheeted it. So it all sounds pretty simple, but it actually was a lot of work. It is a simple way of building this type of structure, and it's going to work just fine for what I have. But I'll post some pictures with this video, and you guys can see everything else I've done. But hopefully you get the gist of it just by seeing it this video, so it can help you with your future build. I also did the research and figured out that it's asphalt shingles and metal roof are about the same price, give or take. And so I went ahead and I did the metal roof, and then I got the metal roof on the shed part as well. The metal roof, I was able to install this all by myself. It goes really fast because it's just big sheets of metal. But all the metal siding and roofing companies have great systems you can use. This metal's from Metal Sales, but yeah, you can get a hold of that pretty easy. But they have great profiles. I still have to put on a lot more metal, but this is just an update of where I'm at so far. If there's anything that I missed that you want to see more of, just reach out, send me a message, and I can send you more views of what I've got. Thanks for watching.